Ladies and gentlemen, viewers from across Africa and beyond, today we are discussing a story that has captured the attention of millions. The name Nnamdi Kanu is at the center of a storm and people everywhere are talking about it. Right now, the calls for his freedom are louder than ever, and many are describing it as a political earthquake that could reshape Nigeria. Before we continue, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay updated with all the developments on this story and other important news. Nnamdi Kanu is a prominent figure in Nigerian politics, known as the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, also called IPOB. His movement has one clear goal: advocating for the independence of the southeastern region of Nigeria to form a new nation called Biafra. This idea has deep historical roots, going back to the civil war between 1967 and 1970. That conflict caused widespread suffering and is still a sensitive topic in Nigerian society today. When Kanu began broadcasting messages calling for self-determination and speaking against what he described as marginalization of his people, he quickly gained attention. Many young people in the southeast began to follow his ideas and support his vision. At the same time, Nigerian authorities viewed his activities as a threat to national unity, and this disagreement eventually led to legal action. In 2015, Kanu was arrested on serious charges relating to national security. His arrest sparked protests and strong debates nationwide. Some argued that he was exercising his right to speak and advocate for his people, while others insisted that the law must protect the country's unity and security. After a period in detention, he was granted bail, but the situation became even more complicated in 2017 when he disappeared. His location remained unknown for several years, creating rumors and speculation both inside Nigeria and internationally. In 2021, it was confirmed that he had been arrested abroad and returned to Nigeria to continue facing trial. The manner of his return was questioned by some international observers and human rights groups, but the Nigerian government maintained that proper procedures were followed. His trial continued for years, and in 2025, he was sentenced to life imprisonment on charges relating to terrorism. Despite this sentence, the calls for his release have never stopped. Activists, political leaders, and community elders have been urging the government to reconsider, describing Kanu's continued imprisonment as a source of tension and frustration in the southeastern region. Some have even staged protests, emphasizing that his release could help calm unrest and restore dialogue. Before we continue, make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any updates on this story. Across communities in the southeast, public sentiment remains divided. Many residents support Kanu's vision and believe his imprisonment is unjust, while others emphasize the need to respect the legal process and maintain national security. Traditional rulers have joined the conversation, appealing directly to the Nigerian president to release Kanu or consider alternatives that would ease tensions. In some cases, even elderly community members have publicly asked for his release, highlighting the emotional and symbolic importance of this issue. The situation has created a ripple effect across Nigerian politics. Discussions around Kanu touch on issues of identity, regional autonomy, and national unity. Many people believe that how this matter is handled could influence political stability, the government's credibility, and the future of democratic processes in the country. If his release were to happen, it could trigger celebrations among supporters, but it would also spark debates across political circles about the balance between justice, law, and national security. It is important for everyone watching to understand that this story is more than one man. It represents deeper questions about governance, fairness, and the management of a highly diverse nation. Nigeria's history is full of challenges balancing the interests of various ethnic and regional groups, and Kanu's case highlights how sensitive these issues remain today. As we speak, activists continue to organize and call for his freedom, while the government navigates the complex political and legal landscape. Analysts suggest that whether through the courts or through dialogue, the outcome of this situation could shape the political environment in Nigeria for years to come. The story is dynamic, evolving, and it has the attention of not just Nigerians, but audiences across Africa and the world. This is why every rumor, every statement, and every headline related to Kanu spreads quickly. People want to know what will happen next. Will the legal appeal succeed? Will the government engage in dialogue with community leaders? Or will tensions continue to rise? These are the questions everyone is asking. And before we go any further, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because staying informed is essential as this story unfolds. Now imagine if the government granted his freedom tomorrow. The immediate effect would likely be a surge of public celebration among supporters. There would be demonstrations of joy in cities and towns across the southeast. But at the same time, political leaders would immediately start debating the implications. Some would welcome it as a step toward reconciliation, while others would warn about risks to national stability. The broader implications are significant. Releasing Kanu could open the door for dialogue about regional autonomy, resource allocation, and political representation. It could inspire conversations about how to balance unity with the rights of different groups. It could also influence the way future political movements are treated in Nigeria and across Africa. This story also highlights a very important reality: the influence of public opinion. Activists and citizens can shape conversations and push governments to act. In Kanu's case, protests, community appeals, and public statements have kept the pressure high. They show that politics is not only about laws and courts, it is also about the voices and demands of the people. At the same time, there are risks. Releasing Kanu without careful planning could also inflame tensions in some areas. Communities may have different reactions, and managing expectations is critical. That is why leaders and analysts are calling for thoughtful strategies that combine legal processes with dialogue and reconciliation. If you are following this story, it is clear that we are watching a pivotal moment in Nigerian politics. Kanu's case is shaping discussions about freedom, governance, and the relationship between citizens and the state. Every development in this story could influence not only Nigerian politics, but also regional stability and how other African nations address similar challenges. Before I continue with the next part, where we will discuss in detail how Kanu's potential freedom could change political alliances, social stability, and public trust in government, make sure you like this video and subscribe. Share this with friends and family so more people can understand this important situation.